Hi, fellow Eagles fans. It's me, Wisco 46. Had some more time now to think about the Eagles, Ringo debacle. I've listened to my boy Philly 500, Thomas Mott, other guys. They're either pissed or happy or relieved or whatever about playing starters, not playing starters. I believe that Ringo has played his last game in Philadelphia. I mean, I don't he's had enough time to, I know it's Terry McLaurin, I know it's Debo Samuel, but if you can't even attempt to have one good play in an entire game, then it's over. But I digress. I believe that it wouldn't matter what seed we are. We did not earn the number one seed. That was the goal. We had our chance. We blew it. I've been saying it since probably Halloween. The Eagles are just bored. They're bored with regular season. I remember Devontae Smith on the sidelines with Hurts last year. He's like, now what do we do? They were dominating the Chiefs so bad, and then Nick pulls everybody out, and Jalen's like, "Are you sure? Are you They're like, we're kicking ass, and then we give up 16 points or something like that because everybody's on the bench, but it was too late. We all knew that it was over. I believe the Eagles are as bad as they've been on offense, or uneven on offense, or whatever. I believe that when the real bullets fly, this is when this team wakes up. They're just, and the 49ers are the perfect opponent. Remember last time they came, or we played them, they spanked us pretty freaking good and wrecked pretty much put us on that big slide in 23. We are going to destroy them. I believe it doesn't matter who we play. If we are the best team in the league, we're going to make it to the Super Bowl. If we're not the best team in the league, we're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter what seed we are, if we rested our guys, if we didn't rest our guys. Calcaterra got a hip slide tackle. Wasn't called. But we'll call freaking Darius Cooper for spinning a ball. We'll call that. The rest have been atrocious all year. I mean, I do not want to be one of these people that say that Vegas has a say in these games. My thoughts on the refs are, if you can't run a 6.0 40, if you can't pass an eye test, if you cannot have endurance, you should not be a referee. You should not be a 65-year-old referee trying to run with these kids. You're missing plays. I understand that a lot of those older guys are in shape. They look like they got big muscles, but their eyes aren't what they were. They don't have the instincts or the reaction that kids do. I understand you can't retire at 30 years old being a ref, but I don't know what the rules are. But you shouldn't just be able to be a ref because you're a ref. You should have to, just like in the NFL. You can't play in the NFL if you're 50 years old. You're out. They're not going to pay you. I don't think you should be reffing if you can't run, if you can't see, if the game's too fast for you, because these guys are missing whatever, dude. We go all night with that crap. But then the other thing was, well, we all found out that Tanner McKee's not on Jalen Hurts level. He was playing with backups against real men, starters for the Redskins. We don't know what Tanner McKee is playing with backup linemen, backup tight ends, and backup everybody. Look how good he was with Devontae in there. Over. As soon as they pulled Devontae, it was over. Here's another thing. Why can't you just say, oh, we're scoreboard watching. All right, looks like the Bears are going to lose. We have a shot at the number 2 seed. I know it's only halftime. Everybody start warming up. I understand you can only dress so many players, but we could have put Devontae back in, maybe a couple of corners, maybe just have Quinion and whoever just a little ready to go in there, just to seal the deal in the fourth quarter. Why can't you do that? Why couldn't you just? Is that against the law? If you don't start the game, you can't come in. Maybe that would have been something just to cover Terry McLaurin for one drive, just to stop him, and then maybe put in a couple of decent starters on the line, just to give McKee a chance to get him down there for a field goal. I don't know, just spitballing. I don't know how it works, but I've never seen it. Maybe that's something to think about. But like I said, if you are the best team in the league, you will make it to the Super Bowl. And I believe after watching, like I said, Devontae Smith go up to Jalen Hurts and go, now what do we do? And they wanted to keep playing. Then they get to the regular season and they thought it was going to be business as usual, and everybody's just discombobulated. I think when the real bullets start flying, this team is going to be a machine. I don't see another team that can play with us. I just don't. I don't think the players will allow bad coaching or bad play calling to stop them. They will make it happen. They will make everything work. But yeah, I hope we absolutely dismantle the 49ers. I hope we don't hurt anybody. I hope there's no excuses. But I have a feeling Purdy's in trouble. But I hope that this year, this offseason, we just pound the draft with offensive linemen. Do whatever we got to do to get offensive linemen to back up, to take over certain roles. We have to solidify this offensive line because we are wasting Barkley right now. Because I don't know what it is, but Stoutland can't be just forget how to coach linemen. I think these guys are beat up, tired, and we need some fresh kids that can play behind them. Not to take their jobs, just to maybe be there as gap fillers. Just get some decent talent coming behind instead of the same old, same old. But I know the closer I get to 10 minutes, nobody's going to watch my dumb ass. So I'm going to call it right there. Let's go out.